popping, man? Another weekly analysis with the boys in capital. Yeah, so yeah, man, let's get to it. So last week we had some major news. The federal power, we saw some major moves. We saw market gaps. We saw market manipulation a bit there and there. The market was interesting this past weekend, man. And on the AUD USD, we were still looking for bearish movements because we are still bullish on the USD, right? We are still strongly bullish on the USD, right? So we created like a falling wedge, broke above, right? Came to this resistance right here, bounced off the support. We were looking for like a flaggish momentum, a reversal pattern a bit right here, for a flaggish reversal pattern for it to pull back down, right? See how it performed, right? It ended up going just a bit above, right? It respected our analysis, but it pushed back up above a bit, right? And then it continued trading down, right? The Euro USD, same thing. Remember that we're still bullish. We're still highly bullish on the USD. We're still bullish on the USD, right? So we were still looking for the same pattern. We're still looking for the same pattern on the Euro USD, right? Created an impulse. So this was like a bigger correction, right? We thought that this was the end of the correction, right? So we're looking for some flaggish momentum, right? From some flaggish correctional pattern here to push Euro USD to the downside, right? So this is how the Euro USD performed, right? After the Federal Reserve Bank, right? It continued pushing upward, right? Gave us like a beautiful double top here, and then this was the news release, right? This right here was the federal news release. It pushed it back down with a very high momentum, right? And then we'll see basically what to expect this coming weekend, right? The GBPUSD, same thing. We're still bearish. Remember that we're still bullish on the USD, so I was bearish on the GBPUSD right here, right? We're still looking. We saw this beautiful pattern playing out, right? We saw the market coming down, played around this resistance right here, right? We saw like a fake out right here, so we're looking for some nice flaggish momentum for it to be pushed to the downside, right? So this is how it performed, right? So so the GBP USD continued in this momentum, right? Continued in this momentum structure, right? And then this was the news release. This was the federal news release, right? This was the federal news release. And then after the federal news release, it continued trading correctively just a bit, anticipating. I think here it was trying to catch profits, and this is where mitigation started taking place. More sellers wanted to come in, but they were still unsure. More sellers were still trying to come in, but they were still unsure. But we'll see basically how this week plays off, right? And then this was the Nasdaq, the NAS 100, right? Still the same thing, right? Still the same thing. The federal power news release. This is what we were anticipating as well. We were anticipating the market to bounce off this resistance right here, but it gave us a fake out a bit, right? Bounced off this resistance right here, gave us a lower low, a lower low, and a further a lower low, creating another lower low right here, right? So and then broke up, came back running, retested a bit, traded correctively a bit, gave us a small impulse on the lower time frame, traded correctively a bit, pulled back up on the smaller time frame, and closed on market highs, right? Just gaining a bit, right? And then the US30 did the same. Remember, the US30 and the Nasdaq are very positively correlated, right? They're very positively correlated, right? So this is what the US30 traded. Did the same thing, gave us a fake out, right? Gave us a fake out, and then the federal power news release traded sharply down, gave us a corrective move a bit, gave us an impulse, right? traded a bit above, right? So we'll see basically how the market plays out this coming week, right? And the USDs are I was really hoping for the market to break below, right? Giving us a corrective structure and then pulling back down just for it to regain some momentum, but the Federal Power just pushed it up, right? Just pushed it up, gave us a fake breakout right here. This is what I was looking for. I was looking for it to give us a nice corrective structure and then for it to continue to the downside. So this is why it is so important to stick to your trading plan, right? And do not allow FOMO to take over, the fear of missing out, so this is why we wait patiently, because forex is literally 20% or 10%. It's literally 10% analysis and 90% patience, or 20% analysis and 80% patience, basically, right? So we waited, but the market gave us like a fake out, and sharply, this was the reserve power news, right? Reserve Bank, and it sharply went within the structure within the structure, and then traded correctively again. So we'll see how the market plays out this coming week. We'll also look at a couple of analysis. I don't remember us touching the gold. Let's see what happened. I bet. So this is what we were expecting on the gold, right? So the gold was trading within a structure, right? Let me just clear this. So the gold was trading in a structure, gave us an impulse and started correcting, right? So gave us a nice resisted on this resistance right here, gave us a nice impulse. We were looking for a flaggish pattern right here for us to be able to get bearish movements, to be able to monetize on this movement right here, right? So this is how the gold performed, right? Exactly. So the gold gave us a fake out, sharply moved above, right? And then resisted on this trend line, resistance right here, right? Came back, mitigated. This is where sellers wanted to come in, came back, mitigated, sellers wanted to come in, right? Came back, buyers were selling their shares, right? And then buyers were selling their shares, right? And came back, and sellers came in, and then the federal power news got released, right? And then it pushed it back down, moved a bit correctively here, give us a nice impulse, a nice corrective structure on the lower time frame right here, breakout of the structure, gave us a nice also corrective structure, and gave us another impulse. Now it's also giving us another corrective structure. Remember that the market is trading impulse correction. That's how the market moves. The market moves in an impulse correction. That's how the market moves, right? Let's see the AUD JPY. The AUD JPY was the Aussie yen was very noisy this week. Right? We were still anticipating the market to push back down, retest. Now we didn't look at this market. I see it is the September 4th. So we were looking for the market. So this got invalidated, right? So I didn't post AUD JPY. So basically, the AUD JPY pushed above, right? After pushing above, we were looking for like a corrective structure, right? We were looking for a corrective structure for it to move to pull back up. We'll look into it in just a couple of seconds right now. So it broke above, invalidated the structure right here, right? So we're looking for like a nice corrective structure to flag any continuation pattern for us to be able to monetize on the movement, right? But we couldn't, because it was way too noisy, and I was concentrated on the GBP on the USD pairs, basically on the USD pairs, right? Because it broke above, just to show you, yes, it broke above, right? So we're looking for this corrective structure right here. We're looking for this corrective structure right here, right? We're looking for this corrective structure right here. I was looking for at this corrective structure right here, right, for it to move back up, but it continued correcting in a downward movement. So we'll see how the market plays out this week. So yeah, man, let's look at the charts. I bet. Let's start with the AUD/USD, right? Let's start with the AUD/USD. Let's start on the daily time frame real quick, clear everything all out, right? So this is how the market is moving, right? This is how the AUD/USD is moving, right? So the AUD/USD from last year has been trading in a downward movement, right? It's been giving us impulse, corrections, impulse, a bigger correction, impulse, a correction, impulse, correction, impulse, right? So that's basically what we're looking at. We're looking at an impulse, right, to the downside, right? So basically our target is, our first target is here, right? Our second target is here, right? So now we know the trend, right? Now we have determined the trend, and the trend is in a downward movement, So the AUD/USD is in a bearish movement, right? So we have determined that. Now we know how the AUD/USD is trading, right? So let's go to a low time frame, right, and break it out a bit, right? So the market came down in an impulse, right? Gave us a falling wedge, right? Pulled back up, breakouts, right? Gave us a bigger correction, started again, continue trading in a downward movement, right? I should go premium, continue trading in a downward movement. That's what it did. Sorry, that's me. Right, continued trading in a downward movement, created a nice structure, break below, right, corrected, started trading in a bearish movement, right, gave us a nice impulse, correction, impulse, corrected, retested, impulse, what, another correction, right, gave us a double top here, and then sharply went down. This was the Federal Reserve, right? So what are we looking at? We're still looking at further downward movements, right? So we have our first touch, we have our second touch, right? This is a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first touch. We are also anticipating our second touch around this area right here, right? So we're looking for the market to come at this area right here, right? Touch this area right here, right? And pull back down, right? It might create a falling wedge and bounce back to this level right here and come back down, right? But if it doesn't, right, that's an alternative. So this is what the market may do. It might create a falling wedge right here, breakout, come to this level right here, right? Come retest this level right here, come retest this neckline right here, and continue moving downwards, right? Remember, we are bullish on the USD. We are, or let me change color real quick. Or it might create a falling wedge, create a double top, and break below, right? So we'll see how the market plays out, right? So now it's still trading correctively, and you do not want to risk $100 for a reward of $100, right? So you want to risk $100 for at least a reward of like $300, right? With risking $100, right? So that even if you are wrong 40% of the time, you will still be a profitable trader, right? That's what we call consistency, right? That's what we call consistency, right? That's what we call consistency, because in forex you can be wrong half of the time but yet still be successful, right? That's where risk management is implemented. That's where risk management takes place. That's where risk management comes in. Okay, so basically that's how we're anticipating the AUD USD to move, right? That's how we're anticipating the AUD USD to move, right? Create a nice falling wedge, break above structure, a break above this structure around this area right here. We'll be looking for further buys, right? We'll be looking for further buys, right? Until this level right here, right? Until this level right here. Let me just calculate how many points from this level until this level. Decent, you know, decent, 1,000 points, decent, you know. So basically from this level right here, we'll be definitely looking for further upward movements until this area right here, and then from this area right here we might be anticipating further sells, right? We might be anticipating further sells from this area right here, right? Because it is an area of interest, especially on the 4 hour. It is an area of interest, so we'll see basically how the market plays out from this area right here, right? We'll see how the market plays out from this area right here. We'll see how the market plays out from this area right here, right? So let us look at, so this is the dollar index, right? So this is the dollar index, right? This is the dollar index. So the dollar index gave us an impulse, traded in a corrective manner, right? Impulse traded in a corrective manner, right? Impulse a bit down, gave us a nice kind of double top, resisted in this level right here. The Federal Reserve news came out, and then now started trading also correctively, right? So we'll see how the market plays out. So if it breaks below this structure, we'll be bullish, we'll be bearish on the USD. But if it continues in this corrective structure, we'll see how the market plays out, right? We'll see how the market plays out from this movement right here, right? So remember that the dollar index, the DXY, takes 80% of the Euro USD, right? And other pairs they share the 20%. So the DXY and the Euro USD are negatively correlated. So when the DXY moves bullish, the Euro USD is going to move bearish, right? Understand? When the USD moves bullish, the DXY is going to move bearish, right? So why? Because the DXY consists of 80% of the Euro USD, right? Go check out our previous video whereby I show you the correlation of Euro USD and DXY. So I'm going to leave it in the description below, right? So yeah, so this is what we're looking at on the Euro USD. Basically, this is what we're looking at on the Euro USD, right? This is what we're looking at on the Euro USD, right? So the Euro USD has been trading in an impulse correction manner, so it's still bearish, right? So it traded impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, right? Impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse. What stage are we on right now? Correcting stage. So what are we anticipating? We're looking for an impulse, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for an impulse. So what movements are we looking for? We're looking for bearish movements, right? We're looking for bearish movements. We're looking for what? We're looking for bearish movements. So that's why it's not smart to buy the Euro USD. We're looking for bearish movements because the market is in a bullish state, is in a bearish state, right? The USD is strengthening against the euro. The USD is strengthening against the euro, right? So this is how the market traded, right? Came down in an impulse manner, gave us a bigger correction, right? Until this gave us a double top right here, right? Gave us a double top right here, bounced back, retested during the federal power, right? Sharply went down, right? Now it's trading in a corrective manner, right? Now it's trading in a corrective manner, right? Now it's trading in a corrective manner. So what are we looking for? We'll see how the market plays out. We'll see how the market plays out from this correction right here. We'll see how the market plays out from this correction right here, because the market is trading horizontally. It's accumulating. We call it the accumulation stage. So this is where the market accumulates, right? This is where beginner traders get trapped, right? I was also one of them, right? So we were also one of them, right? So because the market is now trading horizontally, right? The market is now trading horizontally. This is what we call the accumulation stage, right? This is where the market accumulates, right? This is where people get caught up in the wrong side of the market, right? Whereby they just have to just wait and absorb and learn and just appreciate what the beauty of the market, just appreciate the beauty of the market. So a break above structure might come to this resistance right here. Maybe if the market breaks above the structure right here, we are anticipating it to trade to this resistance right here in a corrective manner, right? In a corrective manner, right? For it to be able to gain momentum, to be able to go to the downside, to be able to push to the downside, right? To be able to push to the downside. So we'll see. So if it doesn't break above this resistance right here, we'll be looking for on the lower time frame, of course, we'll be looking for the market to pull back, right? Give us a continuation pattern, right? And pull back down. This is what we're looking for basically, right? This is what we're looking for basically on lower time frames. This is basically what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for, right? On the Euro USD, right? GBP, JPY, no. GBP USD. This is what we're looking for on the GBP USD. Let's start it properly from the daily, right? Just to get an overview of everything basically, right? Just to get an overview of everything basically, right? So the GBP USD broke below this resistance, this support right here, right? It broke below this support right here, right? Broke below the support right here, right? Major support, right? A major support. This was a major support, right? And you can see that it is trading in a downward corrective structure, right? In a downward corrective structure, right? In a downward corrective structure, right? So our targets on the GBP USD are around this area right here, right? So we now know that the GBP USD is also still bearish, right? We also know that the GBP USD is still bearish, right? So let's go to the 4-hour chart real quick. So the market came down, gave us an impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse, corrected, impulse. So that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking for an impulse, right? We're looking for an impulse, anticipating an impulse on the GBP USD, right? Sorry about that. We're anticipating an impulse on the GBP USD, right? We're anticipating an impulse on the GBP USD, right? So the market came down. Let me just delete this real quick, just for neatness purposes. Keep your chart simple. So the market came down, impulse, right? Gave us a nice continuation correction pattern, right? Continued down, gave us another nice corrective pattern, right? Continued down in an impulse, right? Gave us a nice corrective pattern, continued down, right? We thought this was going to be another correction, started giving us higher lows, started creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Resisted in this level right here, resisted on this level right here, right? Giving us a nice double top, right? The Federal Reserve Powell came out last week, right? This previous week, sharply pushed it down, right? Gave us a nice impulse, came back to this resistance right here, continued pushing down, right? Came back to this resistance right here, bounced off this, broke this support. Now it's testing this support as resistance, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for the market to basically push down, right? So if the market, we're waiting for the market to push down. So so these are the levels we are anticipating the market to turn from, right? So it's this level right here, right? It's this level right here and this level right here, right? So these are the two levels that we're anticipating the market to turn from, right? If not the current level right here, right? So this is basically what we're looking for on the GBP USD. Nice, simple, clean, straightforward, right? Nasdaq, same thing, right? Nasdaq, same thing. Let me just clean this thing real quick, right? Let me just clean this thing real quick. Let me just clean this thing real quick. Right? So the market came down, impulse, corrected a bit, right? Gave us a nice retest right here, right? Giving us another lower low and a lower high, right? Sharply went down after the reserve Powell, right? Traded correctively, traded sharply down, gained some momentum before the market closed, right? Gave us the momentum before the market closed. So this is a support that we're looking for. This is the support that we're interested in right now. This is a support that many traders are interested in right now, right? This is an area of demand and supply that order block traders are looking at, right? Order block traders are looking at. So these are the two resistance that we're looking at, right? But nonetheless, the market is still pushing further down. The market is still very much bearish, right? Nasdaq, we still very much bearish, right? Nasdaq, we still very much bearish, right? Still the same thing on the US30. Remember that the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq are very much correlated. They're very positively correlated, right? So the only difference is it's noise, right? The US30, the Dow Jones, is a bit subtle, right? It's not as noisy as the Nasdaq, right? It's a bit subtle, right? So the market came trading, impulse corrected, impulse sharply moved up to the upside, correctively approached this level right here, gave us a nice double top. The Federal Reserve Powell became released, right? Pushed further down, moved in a corrective manner, right? Sharply moved back up, closing this gap right here. Remember when I talked about gaps? Closing this gap right here, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for the market to push to this level right here and to give us further bearish signals. That's basically what we're looking for. We're looking for. Those are the pairs that we are actually looking for, right? Those are the pairs that we are looking for. This is the USD JPY. Oh, we are in this trade. This is the USD JPY. The USD JPY, we are very much bearish in it. So if you still want to get into this trade, let's go to the 30-minute time frame and see one. Let's see how can you guys capitalize on. Oh, beautiful. Come on now. It's there. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute time frame for you guys to see it properly. Come on, it's there. I hate the 15-minute time frame. It's there. It's there. It's literally there. It's doesn't need no explanation. It doesn't need no explanation. My TP is here because of the order block. My take profit is here because of the order block I'm gonna show you right now. But my first TP is there, and my second TP is of course here. My first TP is here because of this order block right here, this 30-minute order block right here. So that's why. So the USD JPY is trading in correctively because it gave us an impulse. Now it's in a corrective manner, right? If you feeling risky, you can trade it. You can trade it, trade bearish. You can trade bearish, leave it, relax, chill, rest, right? So this is the USD JPY. Yeah, man, that's basically it for this week. Yeah, and be on the lookout for some risk management, first lesson to risk management, so yeah, man, it's your boy Zane. Just so you like it, and I'm obsessed.